Hey, the guys, Darkman here. Welcome back to more Fate Stay Night. My voice is so tired. Not my voice, but just like my tongue. My tongue, excuse me, is feeling so weird. I have recorded from episode 52 to now. I think that this is about to be episode 56. All back to back to back to back to back with no breaks. So my mouth is tired. Anyways, with that being said, let's just jump into it. I'll explain since you seem to be misunderstanding. What you did was projection magic. It's an incomplete magic that reproduces images of existing artwork or weapons, using your own magical energy. It's usually used as a temporary substitute for ritual items, but it disappears quickly since it's made from an image. And it's naturally recognized as an imaginary object, like imaginary numbers. This is all math. I can understand that it's reproduced made out of illusions. I saw a saber sword in my dreams and imagined the golden sword based on it. I don't get it. Magical energy is like clay, so shouldn't it stay around once it takes form, even if it's just an image? That's not true. Magical energy is something that can only exist inside you, right? That's why you pass your magical energy through into other things and use magical energy as a starter to affect nature. Ugh. I think it's starting to affect me. Sure, I can make something in like a dagger by mixing magical energy into like toffee, but that's it. It's just toffee that's shaped like a dagger, and it'll disappear quickly since magical energy taken outside will vaporize. Listen, things made of magical energy will not last long, and they're just shapes. Well, I guess the projection magic takes these things with only shape and makes the ability close to the originals as well. Certainly magical energy has no shape. I can feel it when it's in my body, but it fades and disappears once it goes outside. So no matter how well I make a blueprint in my head and construct something out of magical energy, it is only natural for it to fade away since it's made out of magical energy. Come to think of it, when I first did something like projection, when Kirisuke first started to teach me, he told me to do strengthening instead because projection was inefficient. I see, projection uses a lot of magical energy. It'll disappear right away when you use it, so it's pointless to make things. That's right. For example, you would use a 10 magical energy to project a sword, right? In that case, the sword only has the power of about 3 or 4. The human image is full of holes, so it can't reproduce something just like the original. In contrast, if you strengthen a sword using 10 magical energy, the power of the sword increases to 20 or 30, and it lasts 100 times longer than projection. You understand? You understand? Nowadays, projection magic is only used during rituals. It's just a magic used to prepare a temporary substitute in case a real tool cannot be prepared. It is appropriate for your father to teach you strengthening. You don't have many magic circuits to begin with, so you wouldn't be any different from a normal person if he taught you something as useless as projection magic. Oh yeah, sure was really useless when we beat Berserker with it. I understand that. But then, what was that? The golden sword that I imagined in my head and reproduced seemed to have its original powers. Then I guess it was only by chance that I could project Saber's sword. Come to think of it, that sword held ridiculous amounts of magical energy. It's really strange to imitate magical energy that's 100 times what I have, huh? That's, probably because you're compatible with swords. Magi each have an attribute, right? I think it's swords in your case. Attribute? You mean elements like fire or water? Earth, air, water, fire, and swords. Long ago, the 5 nations lived in harmony, until they realized that the swords were just a bit too edgy. Right, one usually takes one of the elements that make up this world. They call fire normal and wind noble in the Magic Association, right? Sure. It can be one of earth, water, fire, wind, heaven, or of wood. Fire, earth, metal, water. What? Earth, water, fire, wind, heaven, wood, fire, earth, metal, water. Shut up, Rin. The Magus has one of these elements, and there are others with specialized elements as well. Most of these Magi end up as specialists, though. And in your case, it's swords. There's no variety, but you can try and be the best when it comes to swords. I see, certainly. When it comes to swords, I've always had a strong interest in them. Then what attribute would be Yubi Tosaka? Considering her, I'm sure it's something uppity like fire or wind, but I want to ask and I'm curious. Hey, Tosaka, I'll ask you for a reference, but what attribute do you have? Me? I have The Infinity, or the 5 elements. I forgot what hers was called because I already knew that she had a lot of them. I have the attribute called the 5 elements. Does that mean she has all of them? Anyways, that's about all I can tell you. Projection is so useless that it's even called vanity, so don't use it too much. If only she knew. On top of that, it's suicidal to reproduce Saber's sword. It's good you succeeded at that time, but it wouldn't have been strange if you had died right then. You said it earlier that the magical energy in Saber's sword is way over your capacity. You understand that reproducing that thing is easily past the limits of your magic circuits, right? I know, but you can't easily go past your limits. No, before that, it's the limit, so surely you can't go over it. You can. That's why Magi always have death right beside them. Magic follows a form, so it's only natural that you can use any magic you have if you have knowledge, right? Even if you know it's a miracle that you cannot reproduce, anyone can attempt it. A Magus is only a source of power. Even with a small engine, you can go over the speed limit if you keep pressing on the gas, but all that lies ahead is destruction. It's just like that. Magi can easily go over the limit if they're prepared for self-destruction. Burning up the magic circuit and running the nerves. But if you keep on turning the magical energy, you'll reach the miracle. Your projection is just that. Your body was burning after the battle because your nerves were burned out. That's the price you paid for using magic beyond your level. After doing that, it would be natural for you to lose an arm or two. She's angry at me, but at the same time... So bear this in mind, Emiya. Magic beyond one's limit will make the caster a cripple. Never do anything as dangerous as projecting Saber's sword again. She's really worried about me as well. After warning me, Tosaka hands me some strange medicine. Well, I guess it's useless to tell you not to push yourself. It'll probably just be a little comfort, but at least take some painkillers. Just in case. If it works well, it might heal your bruised skin as well. Saying that, she prepares a light green powder for me. I drink the medicine with tea. Tosaka rummages through her stuff and tries to prescribe me another medicine. Well, I feel sorry for Tosaka rummaging through her stuff, but I'm bored just sitting here, so I should... My 3 options are: ask about projection magic, silence is good, question number 1. I don't really know what else did I even ask about projection magic. Water's good. I worked out before this recording session, so I'm probably gonna go take a shower after this episode and give my mouth a break. Low-key, trying to finish the Fate route in this session. It's not gonna happen because it's already 11 p.m. and I have to wake up early tomorrow, so it's not gonna happen, but I'm trying. There's literally no way it's happening. Honestly, silence is good. Hang on, I just want to see what happens. Question number 1. There's something I don't understand. Tosaka wasn't easily crushed in the battle against Berserker. I wonder what kind of trick that was. Hey, Tosaka, can I ask you something about yesterday? What? I'm busy, so make it short. Yeah, you got grabbed by Berserker, right? I was wondering how you survived. It doesn't look like it, but do you really train your abs? Able to withstand Berserker's strength just from training. Are you saying my stomach is stronger than steel? Sorry, I shouldn't have asked like that. I'm sorry, so could you lose the menacing smile? You should stop provoking me then. So, how I endured it? I placed a jewel on my stomach beforehand. I put it inside my shirt and made a protective cover. Are you happy now? I see, you intended to have Berserker grab you from the start. Of course you protect your body. But Tosaka, then your jewels are... They're all gone. I used one on Saber, 3 to draw Berserker's attention, 5 to blow his face off, and I used 1 to protect myself. I saved up for more than 10 years, but I used them up just like that. And even using most of them, I couldn't defeat Berserker. She sighs, wondering why, but she doesn't regret using them. What's done is done. She knows that the important thing is not what she lost, but what she will gain from now on. I see. That was too bad, Tosaka. Thanks. Well, I'll learn from it and make a jewel that'll let me win by myself next time. She says so simply. And as she says, I bet her words will come true. Because of that, I realize our battle with Berserker ended in victory because Tosaka was there. How did question number 1 result in me asking that? It sounded like question number 1 was saying, hey, ask the first, like, the number 1. They're numbered. Ugh. Whatever, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. So, after she makes me drink various medicine, she makes me practice simple strengthening and check on my health. Like checking if there's anything wrong with my body by channeling magical energy through it, and so on. Tosaka is more like a doctor than a teacher today. Alright, there doesn't seem to be any problem. You don't need to come tomorrow. Huh? I'm surprised. That means... It's only natural. There's nothing I can teach you in this situation. If you really want to learn magic, you should do so after the war is over. And Archer isn't here anymore, right? My cooperation with you is finished. What? Being told that, I finally realize. From the beginning, we cooperated to fight Berserker. Berserker's gone and Tosaka has lost her servant. So this all should have ended yesterday. Then what are you going to do now? Will you go to Kotomie? That would only be natural. Tosaka and Kotomie are close, so it should be fine for her to request protection. No. Why? I won't go there when I haven't lost yet. It's not like I can't fight because I don't have my servant anymore. And it's not like me to quit this halfway. Once I've decided to fight, it's my responsibility to see it through to the end. And as if it's only natural, Tosaka says it confidently. I'm stunned. No, I'm not surprised. I knew Tosaka was this kind of person. She is really firm, and amazingly selfish, and so fascinatingly brilliant. What will you do? Are you going to continue by yourself? There's still masters and servants left. Yeah, so I'll gather information here for a while. I have to resume my research about Ryudo Temple as well. Stay here for a while, is that alright? That'll be helpful, but our cooperation has ended, right? So... What are you saying? You were about to beat you were able to beat Berserker because of Archer. Our cooperation is over, but you still owe me for that. It's only natural for you to keep me here until you finish returning the favor. She just said, we're still cooperating, but in cursive. And I told you, I'm responsible right to the very end. We became student and teacher, even if it was a short while. I can't leave you alone, or I'll be too worried to concentrate on the Holy Grail War. In other words, this is it. Feels like ages ago, but the Tosaka Rin that Emiyashiro admired was a girl like this. That's why I'm happy. Tosaka has to be like this. After all, I wouldn't know what to believe if such a stubborn girl decided to give up. Yeah, please give me your best regards, Tosaka. I don't know right from left if you're not around. We need you, Tosaka. That's fine, but you shouldn't use that expression. Shoot, it's okay that you're stupidly honest, but there might be some misunderstanding if you're not careful. I don't quite understand why Tosaka would get mad at that. Tosaka, what kind of misunderstandings? I ask since I'm curious. Hold it, you let something slip out. My attitude should tell you not to ask, so asking me is against the rules. Seems Tosaka knows a rule I don't know about. I'm shocked. It must be upsetting for Saber if you're like this. Well, maybe you two are fine like that. It could be pretty bad if you are both a bit numb to it. I don't quite get it, but I can't ignore your comment about upsetting Saber. Why would she be upset, Tosaka? I'm saying that aspect of you is upsetting. I bet you haven't even noticed the change in Saber. Well, actually, change in Saber? That's not a change on the outside, is it? If anything has changed about Saber, it's... Oh yeah, Saber's been acting rather strangely since this morning. Well, I think she's just in a bad mood since Ilya's here. But even now, she just sits there all quiet, and when I ask her what's wrong, she just tells me she had a dream and leaves. I forgot about it since I was busy with Ilya. Come to think of it, Saber was acting weird like she was half asleep or something. Saber had a dream? Huh? Is that really the surprising part? Oh, she's ignoring me. Hey, don't be quiet and say something. It makes me feel uneasy when you make a face like that. Huh? Oh, it's nothing major. It's just that servants don't dream. Servants don't dream? That's right, servants don't have dreams. What if they say they saw one? It wasn't a dream. They just caught a glimpse of someone's memory. Tosaka must have had the same experience. She says so with a coldness, totally different from her earlier cheerfulness. She saw something into Shiro's past. And so I'm gonna end right there because my mouth needs a break. Yeah, so with that all being said, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.